The Harvard Graduate School of Education, working at the nexus of practice, policy, and research.
My name is Ken Offricht. I'm a master's candidate in special studies. And one of the oldest people ever to graduate from this school.
Now you need to smile quickly after you say that, just so they know you're joking.
Hello!
Nah, that's too weird. It's too weird.
No.
Okay, so try it again.
My name is Ken Offricht. I'm a master's candidate in special studies. God, I hope that was articulate. I'm here because I got very, very lucky, if you want to know the truth. I was getting my first master's in education at Capella University, and I stumbled onto the work of Howard Gardner and Bob Keegan. And I was just so fascinated by the things that they had written that I had this crazy thought of, what would it be like to go study with these people? What would it be like to actually go to Harvard and be in the classroom with these people, or some of these people? And I actually have class with Bob Keegan this semester. And he goes by Bob. He doesn't like to be called Professor Keegan. And so how cool is it that, a little over a year ago, I was like, I'd like to go to Harvard and study with Robert Keegan, who's now Bob. Before I got to Harvard, I did a lot of different things. In no particular order, I was a soap opera photographer for a number of years. I was a salesperson and a sales trainer for a number of years. I ran a motion picture production company, small production company, for a number of years. And we actually shot a film in Sicily. It had limited release. I was a secretary for a big 6 accounting firm back when there were 6. And I'm also working on a documentary on the art of collaboration. And the idea is to interview and learn from performing artists who collaborate all the time out of necessity to see if there is some ways to use some of those interventions to help educators to collaborate, because I think the future of education is really going to be shared leadership. Being my age at Harvard, sometimes I feel like, hello, it's nice to see you, thank you for coming, could you speak up a little bit, I think the battery's dying. But, in all seriousness, being 43 at the ed school, it's not what I expected. I would expect to kind of feel like an outcast and kind of feel like, the senior guy or whatever. And there are people who are older than I, and obviously there are people who are younger. But the people here are so bright and so caring and so compassionate that you feel a part of something regardless of the difference in age. And so I really kind of put myself out there as a mentor, as a coach. And in doing so, I've actually been mentored and coached, which is really fascinating to get insight from people who are sometimes 20 years younger, 15 years younger, and they just have different experiences, different insight, and it's really amazing to be part of that type of a community. I would love to be remembered as that guy who was always smiling, who was always laughing, and who helped other people. If people think back, it's like, I remember Ken, he was right there for me when I needed this, or he helped me with that, or he just always made me laugh, or any of those kind of things would be a wonderful legacy to leave behind.